Hello, welcome to Fanfiction Theater. I'm Tristan. With me is Kitty.
Don't ever disrespect me.
Also here is Drew Brock from Drawback Productions.
Don't disrespect Kitty!
We've got Misha.
Hello, young apprentice.
And Michael T. Bradley from Ice on Mars.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Michael, what's wrong?
We've fallen down a hill. It used to be Hell Gitera, and everything was a party, and now it's just fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's a kitty.
Hi.
There's
Kitty. He was stroking a kitty like a Blofeld.
Tristan has a majestic pet too.
James Bond, bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even see it. He's so He's got farting
You
bones.
can hear it.
He's like me. His bones make noise when he moves.
I'm still going.
Oh, so cool!
Yeah, I can't wait.
Wow.
Once we get well-lit pictures of him, this thing's gonna be majestic.
Yeah.
It's like a hippogriff reimagined as a cross between a raven and a black lab.
Hippogoth. Wait, is that already a thing? Don't tell me.
I now it is.
There's probably some rule of the internet that says that it is.
My cat is scared of it, so I've done it right.
Is it a hippogriff or a griffin?
See, I was wondering that too.
Guess
I
we'll
don't
never
know. I don't know.
Everyone ponder that.
I forget what the difference is.
A griffin is a McElroy.
Right. So, probably
He's
not that.
The little one.
Okay.
No, Spitfire says griffin is lion head. That's right.
No,
Wait, no.
that's not
Hippogriff is-
true. They both have bird heads.
What?
I don't know.
I can
Mish.
see the reflection of Michael looking it up right now. in his glasses.
No, I was actually just joining the Twitch channel.
Oh. I saw the screen change on like your face and I was like, oh, he's gonna find out.
No, I'm not cool enough to like search while I've got a cat in my lap.
Sam says
Dexterous.
canogriff because not horse but dog.
Oh, like canine.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. Okay, sorry. I feel like I've taken up too much time. Let's do fanfic stuff.
Yeah, I've got
Sure.
a fan fiction loaded here.
Part of a hippogriff is a hippo. That's
Mostly the griff area.
oh.
So this is a story called Johnny Bravo Gets a Neopet.
Oh God, is it
And
even
it-
about that anymore?
Well, really, it's about Johnny Bravo in Neopia now, being led around by his Neopet. And last chapter, they were climbing a mountain to break into a secret lab to free some Neopets that are being experimented on or something.
Yeah, in Neopets, it's a real thing. The secret lab ray. You can zap your own pets with the secret lab ray. So one of the Neopets escaped from the lab and was like, "Yo, guys, fucking come help us and shit."
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
That's what they're doing.
Do we remember who these voices were? I think Misha had Ken 10B541.
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
that
Oh, that's
sounds
right. Whose voice was I doing? Oh, I was doing something like this.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
That sounds like him.
Drew was Scamper 8493-420.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm Johnny Vigilant.
Of course.
Kitty is Bunny Zoraz.
Naturally.
That's pretty much all the main
We're going to get
ones,
like a
right?
few more guest characters
Okay.
in and out, but yeah.
Okay. And Michael is narrating.
Sure. Okay.
Comment though.
I was
that.
listening. What?
This fire is
Those
lit
are-
tonight.
Improving on Sam's your mom jokes. So that's a worthy cause.
It's something I took up in my youth, and still climbing that mountain. Because that's where the lab is, right?
Yep.
The Techo led Ken 10B541, Scamper 8493 420, Johnny Vigilant, and Bunny Zoraz into the secret entrance of the secret lab. He whispered to them.
Who was the Techo
who is-
again?
Drew.
No, what?
Wait.
I'm the Taku?
The gecko? He was doing like a gecko voice,
No.
right?
Misha, you are Ken 10B541, the Techo.
No,
Yeah, but
they're
it says
two different
the
people.
The Techo
Oh.
led Ken 10, Scamper,
Sorry.
Johnny, and
The
Bunny.
it's a
I'm
mutant Techo. He just
misread.
showed up at the end of the last chapter and he's like, hey guys, fucking, I know you're trying to get back home, but there's a lab. Let's fucking go. He totally changed the story. He's a
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it probably
And I did
was.
this?
You did that.
Probably.
Shit, I forgot. You're going to have a lot of lines.
Just
Drew.
be-
Anyway,
An electronic gecko.
you're
I
going to
mean,
talk to yourself
I
so
mean-
much tonight.
If that's the case, I could take it. I'll take
Okay,
it if it's
yeah.
going to lead to a lot of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
that-
do
okay.
it. Take it. Take this one.
Yeah.
There's going to be more.
Okay, this is a stealth rescue mission. We need to make our way into the
Herd of the lab. Yep.
what?
Into the herd of the lab.
so we can rescue the others. If the scientist finds us, it'll all be over.
Everyone, that's your fan art assignment for the week. What does the herd of the lab look like?
It's definitely not a misspelling of heart of the lab. It's definitely not.
Computers
Okay.
don't make mistakes like that. So
No,
Yeah.
no, they would never, especially not when I did a lot of those anyway.
Maybe it's the beard of the lab?
Oh.
Your mom's a beard
the-
of the lab.
Oh,
The lab
yeah.
that
Wait, that's
the beakers that the lab takes out to let people think it's doing real science.
they're all herded together.
All right, Johnny Vigilant gulped nervously.
Don't worry. whispered the Techo. I'll go first. You guys look for the others. Scamper 8493 420 have the dynamite ready.
Oh, that's right, because he blows stuff up.
Yeah.
And now suddenly, at least one of our characters is a telepath, but I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
there
that
was-
also Scamper?
Allegedly Scamper, yeah.
Yeah.
Scamper has dynamite
Okay,
and is a
okay.
telepath. Yeah.
Got it.
He's a Mary Sue or whatever it's called.
Johnny Vigilant and the others nodded. Ken 10B541 cautiously crept to the top of the stairs. He looked around for signs of the scientist, then gave the all-clear signal. The group continued forward quietly and slowly.
Where are we going?
Whispered Ken 10B541.
Oh, I think this is the way to the cafeteria.
Replied the Techo.
How big is this place?
Inquired Bunny Zoraz. Johnny Vigilant said,
This place looks so big. You think we'll get lost if we get too lost?
I was like, good job, computer. You did good.
that might need a laugh track there. Bunny Zoraz replied,
Oh, sorry, I was petting little Beepo. I have no clue because I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Now hold up for just a second since we're at a paragraph end. Sam asked, what does Scamper look like again?
Oh,
I
the blue cat.
assume he's referencing Scamper 8493 420.
Yeah, because
well, let's
Scamper's
assume
something
that, I
else. Scamper 8493 420 is a Neopet, blue Neopet with Fleur.
Scamper
Blue
8493 420 believes in the herd of the cards.
Please, I can't stop laughing. Okay, it has like
Fleur that it can fluff up and down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
knows how to fluff its own fur, right?
Yes. And it's like vaguely rabbit-ish, right?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh, okay.
I tried, like, here's the thing. I set up the computer and tried to get it to, like, describe a Neopet, but it resisted my every move. It was like, no, anyway, and the story went this way instead. And I'm like, no, computer, you have to do it. Describe a Neopet. So it was like, it fluffs its fur up and down, and it's blue, and it's like, use your imagination. Anything goes.
Yeah. There you have it.
Flurfer. Often used in the plorn industry.
Michael, I'm gonna email bedbugs to your house.
All right. They walked quietly up the stairs and through an empty hallway in the lab. Their surroundings were cold and dark. The mysterious lab was a maze of winding corridors. The group was led into a side lab.
Look carefully around these rooms.
This is the techo.
It is the techo.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
God, Tristan.
He's whispering.
Okay.
He's whispering.
Look carefully around these rooms. There should be a hidden ladder up to the scientist's secret lair.
Whispered the techo.
So you go from the main lab to the side lab to the secret lair. Okay.
It was a winding corridor, or whatever it said earlier. I liked what the computer did here.
Well,
That's how you get
lucky.
to the herd,
Well, that's lucky.
said Johnny Vigilant. They began to search the room for hidden clues, chutes, and ladders. Ken 10B 541 asked Scamper 8493 420,
What's your creepiest nightmare?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Scamper 8493 420 went silent. He hung his head and began to quietly sob. Everyone started to panic, thinking that Scamper 8493 420 had never been so frightened of any of his own thoughts before. Scamper 8493 420 told the group about his awful nightmare.
It was a horror filled with flames, blood, glowing eyes, and high-pitched screaming.
Ooh, Scamper.
Can't say that, Johnny.
Nothing takes the horror out of an image like the voice of a mechanical Jay Leno. You know, that's Johnny Vigilant sympathized.
I can't stop crying. I'm laughing. I can't stop crying.
I know how you feel. I had the same dream once. It's because you're connecting with Scamper 8493 420 so hard.
Telepathic, so he probably
God.
injected the dream into Johnny's dreamscape.
Holy shit.
There you go.
Misha,
Messed
wow.
up.
Misha, Wait, Misha was trying to
Go
call
ahead.
attention to Sam's amazing comment in the chat. Should have looked for hidden clues and hungry hippos. Sorry, you're saying, Michael?
Also, Scamper 8493 420 might have telepathically connected with you, and that's why you're crying.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Everyone felt sorry for Scamper 8493 420. But not Johnny, even though he's... Alright, okay. But couldn't get the poor Neopet to focus on the reason they were here. Finally, Scamper 8493 420 snapped out of it and began to search for clues and directions on a piece of paper near a crate.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a piece of paper near a crate. Gotta have clues and directions.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Those
you're
are how
in
I
a
keep 'em.
secret lab, follow adventure game logic. That's that's always a good
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, hey, does that
strategy.
piece of paper glowing in such a way that it doesn't blend into the background? Let's look at it.
Exactly.
The group didn't bother to listen to his sob story anymore.
Well, screw you, you stupid.
real limited empathy on these
Yeah,
characters.
that's old news.
Yep.
Come on, we're on to something next.
This computer's like, stupid empathy serves no purpose. Bunny Zoraz asked Scamper 8493 420 to come with her so she could show him something.
Hi, Molly.
Oh, hey, Molly.
Hey.
Hi, Molly.
Ken 10B 541 and Johnny Vigilant stayed in the room with the Techo. Bunny Zoraz looked sad. Scamper 8493 420 asked her,
What's wrong?
Bunny Zoraz sighed and asked him,
Did you blow up our house, Scamper 8493 420? When you arrived to meet me and Johnny Vigilant, when we threw you a Scamp Day party, did you use dynamite to blow up our house?
Oh, we thought this plot point was dead and gone, but apparently not.
The computer errors.
Yeah, someone's not gonna.
I
let this,
suspect
gonna let this
some
go.
human had a finger
sure,
on the scales there.
What type of human would have the gall to step in and try to make this story make sense? Show yourself, you
You need to
monster.
keep putting a lampshade on Kitty's involvement. Like her involvement is the only thing that makes the story tolerable. So
Literally. It's the only thing that makes this digestible, so you're welcome.
Scamper 8493 420 thought for a moment, then he hung his head and replied,
A little.
Bunny Zoraz thought that she had made him sad, but a sad scamp wasn't as bad as a really sad scamp.
Why?
Sure.
She asked, tears filling her eyes.
I was a little scared of being in your house, and I just wanted to get away. But I didn't know how to do it.
Scamper 8493 420 said.
I never thought we would need dynamite so soon.
He continued.
You guys are my best friends.
I've said that on a few really good first dates.
Never
Like,
Bunny,
in that
You guys
order.
are
yeah, you got some emergency dynamite.
Yeah.
Bunny Zoraz held him close and told him she was so sorry for laughing at his fear.
Did she?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I didn't realize that any scamp could be so afraid of their own house.
Bunny Zoraz said.
Come on, let's go back to the others.
Instant forgiveness.
Yep. Uh-huh.
It's a Bunny Zoraz character trait.
Yeah, I guess so.
They went back to the lab room to meet with the others.
Have you found anything?
Bunny Zoraz asked the group. Johnny Vigilant shook his head and said,
No, but let's keep looking. I think I saw a passage in that lab that looks like it could go through to the scientist's lair.
Bunny Zoraz and Scamper 8493 420 looked at each other and laughed. They all snuck into the next room.
I gotta slime this line.
Right.
Oh, how is that?
Yeah,
work?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh
I
boy.
think we're going the wrong way.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you need you.
The Techo slimed.
That's how you do it.
I remember the secret passage had a ladder, and it was marked by a special sign.
Scamper 8493 420 scanned the room. He picked up a grate on the floor.
This is the right thing, I think.
The group quickly searched the lab room for more clues, but Scamper 8493 420 wanted to look further down the grate. Ken 10B 541 grabbed Scamper 8493 420 by the ankles and helped him shimmy down the opening.
I did
He
not
held
agree
up-
to this. I like the plan.
Bad touch, bad touch.
He held on to Scamper 8493 420 and grunted,
What do you see down there? Is there a ladder?
Scamper 8493 420 told him what he saw.
I can see two chambers.
He said,
I can't see how to get to the scientist lair from here, but maybe the secret tunnel runs through the other chamber?
Scamper 8493 420 moved closer to the opening.
I think you can let go of me.
Ken 10B 541 asked him.
What?
Scamper 8493 420 said,
I think I see a doorway here.
Scamper 8493 420 was right. The secret passageway did lead to the scientist's lair.
We have to go to him right away.
The Techo said.
Hey, you got your
Bunny-
slime fixed. Good for you.
D-slime?
Bunny Zoraz and Johnny Vigilant went to Ken 10B 541 right as he dropped Scamper 8493 420 into the tunnel. The Techo was curious to see if they were truly on the right path, so he jumped down after Scamper 8493 420. As he fell into the tunnel, Ken 10B 541, Bunny Zoraz, and Johnny Vigilant heard a loud bang from the door behind them. 6 muscular security guards exploded into the room and swarmed them.
That sounds like my fantasies.
So, how muscular are we talking?
Yeah,
Are they shirtless?
They were in wife beaters, had a lot of oil on their chest.
Right. How many
Yeah.
muscles can we see?
They had been captured. Bunny Zoraz shouted,
Oh, did she? I looked away. Scamper 8493 420, save us!
as the guards dragged her, Johnny Vigilant, and Ken 10B 541 away. Scamper 8493 420 heard the sounds of his friends being captured. He covered his mouth and tried to stay silent. He knew if the guards found him and the Techo, they would all be done for. The Techo listened as the group was captured. Okay. We all are listening to the friends being captured.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
I heard them being captured. The Techo heard them being captured.
Just want to make sure everyone in the room hears them. Yeah.
It's very. I'm thinking of like one of the scenes from like The Descent, you know, where it's like you must stay still even if they walk on you. He hung his head and put a hand on Scamper 8493 420's shoulder.
Come on.
He said sadly.
We have to stop the scientist in order to get them back. So we can't stop now.
There should have been a closed parentheses there, obviously.
Quote.
Quotation.
Close quote, sorry.
There's not one starting the next paragraph, so it all evens out.
Twin sky commas.
Perfect.
Scamper 8493 420 wiped a tear.
Should have been 3 hyphens, I know.
Scamper 8493 420 wiped a tear from his eye and turned away from the Techo. This is a very emo chapter. Everybody's crying. He clenched his fists and felt his fur begin to charge with blue lightning. I should have said fleur. Oh well. The Techo tried to calm him.
Hey, not yet. We've just got to get through the right corridor. Let's go. I've got your back.
He said reassuringly. The
Why are you
Techo
John Leguizamo?
Why not?
Why is John Leguizamo? I mean, these are just mysteries. The Techo walked up to the 2 doors and Scamper 8493 420 followed.
Which one leads to the scientist lair?
Scamper 8493 420 asked, looking around the doors for clues. The Techo responded,
They both go to that area that seems like a lab, but they're actually separate. The one with the sign.
Aren't there a lot of labs? Like everything is a lab next to another lab.
Yeah.
It's a
There's a
herd of
few
labs.
labs. Yeah.
The one with the sign will lead to where the scientist is.
the Techo answered.
Don't want me to throw a bunch of figures at you.
The sign will say, scientists here. Scamper 8493 420 grabbed the doorknob to the other door and pulled, but it was locked.
Oh no!
The Techo grabbed Scamper 8493 420 and tried to pry open the other door. It didn't budge either. Oh, the other door. Okay, I'm confused about how many goddamn doors there are.
Yeah.
It didn't budge either. Lots of doors. The Techo started to panic. The guards were out there and would surely come back soon. Scamper 8493 420 was really in a bad spot. He couldn't risk getting caught.
What do we do?
He asked the Techo. The Techo said,
Watch this.
and proceeded to open both doors by pure willpower.
All right.
A pair of giant metal scissors appeared in his hands.
Oh no, he's gonna do a grand opening!
Sorry, Drew, can we get that
We
again?
missed the line. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't do it again. Where did you get those?
Scamper 8493-420 asked in a panic.
I do research.
Best possible answer.
That's it?
The techo answered. He snipped the two doors open like he had done before, and they swung like
Oh, you don't need a mask or a booster.
like he had done before, and they swung out into the two hallways. Scamper 8493-420 walked into the door on his left, careful not to slam his tail on the floor. Okay, how the hell are these doors? I do not understand these doors at all. The techo went to the door on the right.
Just go with it.
Yeah, sure. Before they walked through, use that on a good first date before too. But before they walked through to the other side of the doors, the techo said,
Only one of us will find the scientist at the end. And whoever finds him has to put an end to all these experiments, no matter what.
It's so funny that neither of these characters are main characters, you know? Like, these were additional characters, and now suddenly they're leading this, like, I don't know, whatever.
Spitfire.
They're having their little diehard.
Spitfire
This
asks,
is Rosen's stance and Rosen's butts and Hilda's butt.
Oh, yeah.
how do you scissors a door open?
Teaser is
How do you scissors it open in a way that you could slam it flat on your tail when you walk through? That's
No, it just said careful not to slam his tail on the floor.
It's not rumple teaser, it's tumble dryer.
Well, if you're doing it wrong, sure. Scamper 8493-420 nodded and said,
Did he?
I understand. Thank you for helping me pay my friends. Wait, what's your name?
The techo smiled and said,
My name is Leo Medicine 6869A. But my friends call me Leo.
Isn't that like sacrilege to shorten his
Yes.
name like that?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
So
Well,
this is like a
he's
big
ma- I-
deal.
yeah, his friends are all anarchists or some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Leo.
Scamper 8493-420 repeated quietly with a smile. Leo handed Scamper 8493-420 a sheet of paper that he had hidden under his shirt.
He has a shirt, apparently.
Oh.
You'll need this.
He said, handing the paper to Scamper 8493-420. Scamper 8493-420 took it from him and looked it over, having no clue what it meant. Then, a low moaning sound came from the vent behind them. The guards were approaching. The two Neopets gave each other once more glance before they walked into their respective hallways to find the scientist.
Why do they make a low moaning sound?
You guess as good as mine.
Scamper
Oh shit, the guards!
A porn movie is chasing them. Scamper 8493-420 was in a corridor that looked just like all the others, but he saw a door at the end of it that was labeled hydrometals. He said,
This must be the wrong hallway, but I can't give up.
the door he was looking for, however, had a sign that read, Hydrometals, see no evil.
I mean, close enough.
Sure.
Right?
Scamper 8493-420 looked closer at the door. There was a lot of dust on it. He blew the dust away and saw the rest of the phrase.
know this is it.
He whispered excitedly.
I'm coming to save you, friend.
He shouted as he charged up with blue lightning. Which is
Why is he Maurice now?
I don't know.
I gave up.
The door in front of him began to spark and crackle with electricity. He pounded on the door and yelled,
Come on! I'm gonna fry you!
He heard the lock slide open with a heavy ka-thunk. A large, surly mutant Grundo guard stood before him. The guard snarled and reached his giant fist towards Scamper 8493-420 to snatch him up. Just as the guard was about to grab him, Scamper 8493-420 blasted him with his aura of electricity. The guard fell backwards and slumped into a heap. Scamper 8493-420 hopped over his body and took a look around the room that the Grundo had been guarding. It was a fancy-looking office perched on top of the expansive lab, of course, with a wall of windows to oversee the operations. The operations being thousands of other labs.
Right.
There was an expensive desk facing the door, but the crushed red velvet chair behind the desk had its tall back turned. Scamper 8493-420 couldn't see who was in the chair, but like Quasimodo, he had a hunch. Laugh track, come on. No. Meanwhile, Ken 10B-541, Bunny Zoraz, and Johnny Vigilant were being dragged away by the guards. They kicked and screamed. They made every effort to fight off the guards, but they were outnumbered. Johnny Vigilant was being dragged by his feet. He used his hands to grab anything he could hold on to. He could hear Neopet screaming from deep within the lab. Johnny Vigilant shouted,
Stop! I'm here! I'm here! Stop!
His shouts for help fell on deaf ears. Johnny Vigilant turned around and saw, with a look of horror, that he had just been abducted by the most beautiful purple Kyrie guard. She was the prettiest Neopet that he had ever seen. Johnny Vigilant could see the pitiful, exhausted look in her eyes. His mind raced as he asked himself,
If she isn't evil, why is she here?
Making a lot of assumptions based on her, physical beauty here.
Well, no, I think he's trying to remind himself that she is evil. Like, he can't get involved or whatever.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
if she weren't evil, why would you be here?
Right,
I think
right.
that's what he's saying.
Okay, sure.
A brief mental image of the wicked scientist began to form in his mind. Johnny Vigilant paused.
That might be a question to ask her.
That might be the question.
Oh, the question. Yeah.
Yeah. Get away from him!
Bunny Zoraz screamed as the guards tried to pull Ken 10B-541 away from her and throw him into a cage. The guard tossed Ken 10B-541 into the cage and yelled,
Oh, we need a guard.
Molly?
Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me pull that shit up.
All right, maybe not Molly. Thought you were ready here.
No, here we go. Okay. If you question us, if you so much as question us again, we'll get rid of you.
Perfect.
What do you want with us?
Johnny Vigilant yelled as the guards
Asking a
wrestled
question.
him.
No more questions. I thought that was clear.
As the guards wrestled him and his mother into separate cages.
Are you going to cook or dissect us? Are you going to do weird experiments on our butts?
Oddly specific.
Johnny asked hopefully.
Probe me, baby.
I mean, if I were thrown into a cage, I would start screaming, it's a madhouse, it's a madhouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The purple-colored Kyrie guard looked down at Johnny Vigilant and whispered quietly so the other guards wouldn't hear her.
Molly, take this on.
listen to me. I can help take you away from this place tonight. But then you're all going to get some food and rest. Then my group can help you get back home.
She's got a group.
Sure.
Yeah.
He knew that just by looking at her. Amazing.
As she whispered to Johnny Vigilant, he felt a sense of calm. He put his hand on hers through the bars of his cage.
Uh-oh.
And he thought he saw her blush. She hurried back. She hurried back to the group of guards. If her group is the group of guards, then Johnny Vigilant is fucked there.
Right, so hopefully it's a different group.
Yeah.
And Johnny Vigilant wondered what she had planned for tonight.
Is it a date?
A sexy escaping date?
Is she gonna put weird stuff up his butt? I mean,
Yes. Obviously.
One of the guards, Ann Onion Chia, taunted the new prisoners.
Molly, just take this as that same angry guard from earlier.
Looks like we need to keep a close eye on this bunch!
He sneered.
Why? Is there a flight issue right now?
Ken 10B541 is just like real late to the party, you know? Just,
Always, yeah.
I think there might have been some sarcasm in that.
Ken 10B541 yelled in panic as he angrily rattled his cage. The Chia smirked at Ken
Panic
10B541. It what?
Panic sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yell at the panic.
That is classic.
But no, there's like a comedian who like specializes in that. You know the one. Anyway, let's move on.
I totally thought Drew yelled, Eddie can suck it. And I was like, what? The Chia smirked at Ken 10B541 as he leaned in and
That's
said,
something I would say, but
Ken 10B541 and Drew have history. You should know that. That's why he's in the story. Just to make Drew uncomfortable.
Likes his laboratory experiments to be extra feisty!
The Chia began to slow down and taunted the prisoners even more. He pushed... Would slow down his yelling?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The boss likes his laugh.
To be fair, the yelling came from me, not the character.
He pushed a button on a remote. An otherworldly blinding light shone down from the ceiling. Bunny Zoraz felt like she was melting.
Oh no!
Johnny Vigilant yelled as he covered his eyes. The Chia... Oh, no, now it's small. The Chia kept laughing as he held the remote to Bunny Zoraz's cage. Johnny Vigilant slowly put his hand out of the cage, and he yelled,
I'll save you, Mama!
He reached for the remote, but couldn't reach it. Suddenly, the purple Kyrie guard stepped in.
Enough!
She said firmly to the Chia.
You can torture the oh, no.
It's my line. I just stopped. I don't know why. She just, my batteries ran down, I guess. She swatted the remote from his hand and continued,
You can torture the prisoners tomorrow when I'm not around.
I mean, that seems a fair compromise, you know? The Chia put his hands on his hips and laughed menacingly as he said,
Ah! Right! You better run, rabbit!
Big Updike fan, this guard. He bucked at her to intimidate her. Whoa, that's
What does
okay.
that mean?
You know.
Like a pelvic thrust right at her.
Is that what a buck is?
No.
Horses buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah.
You know when little angry baby men are like trying to start a fight and they're like, what? And they like do that thing. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Where they
the audience
jump,
couldn't see it, but
where they jump up and push their ass backwards like a horse. That's
That's it. Yeah.
that.
Where they
there are
present.
some
Threateningly,
similarities.
though.
They threateningly present themselves to you.
But she was unfazed. He limped back to the rest of the group who began leaving the prisoners and heading to the cafeteria. The Curie guard kicked the remote over to Johnny Vigilant's cage on her way out of the room. She winked at him before she walked away. Johnny
You
Vigilant
can torture the
swooned.
prisoners now.
Yeah, here you go.
As soon as the guards were gone,
That was the sound of the wink.
Oh, okay.
a Tamagotchi arrived. Johnny Vigilant used the remote to turn off the blinding lights. Bunny Zoraz thanked him.
Thank you, Johnny. I'm so glad you came to my rescue.
She rubbed her eyes. He looked at her and said,
You're not out of danger yet. We'll need to escape first.
Bunny Zoraz nodded and looked at Ken 10B 541, who had exhausted himself in the fight.
Had he?
Yeah.
He's mostly, he hasn't done much.
Yeah. I think he runs out of energy pretty quickly. So
He's got like an inhaler.
Yeah, but he didn't bring it because they were kidnapped. So
Right.
Ken, what do you think we should do?
He lay still in the bottom of the cage and said,
I don't know. I'm scared.
he felt a bit drowsy.
If you guys are scared, then I'm scared. I don't know what's going on anymore. I think we all are.
We all don't know what's going on anymore. Johnny Vigilant decided to take a closer look at his remote.
This remote has a lot of buttons. Maybe one of these can help us escape?
Or they're gonna zap you to death.
Yeah. Or like
Only one way to find
or
out.
change to HDMI 2.
Time for the Milgram experiment.
No.
Bunny Zoraz asked,
That's a great idea. What do the buttons do besides control the lights?
Johnny Vigilant listed all the options.
There's a button that says lights and another that says video. And there's a button called power and another one called pulse. So many buttons.
She just hold it up to the camera. What do you think we should press? And then it just...
Literally.
There's a Netflix
Like,
she's here on. Yeah.
Bunny Zoraz nodded.
Right. I think I see where you're going with this. There has to be a control for the cages.
Johnny Vigilant nodded.
Right. You're right. But how are we going to find it?
Bunny Zoraz suggested.
We could just try the pulse button.
Maybe that's a... Okay. I guess I could try that. What happens if it doesn't work?
Johnny Vigilant asked. I think this is Ken.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then you'll be stuck in there.
Ken 10B 541 laughed while Bunny Zoraz frowned.
Fine, but it better work, and it better work fast.
She responded. It's going to start up like a rave dance party. Johnny Vigilant pressed the pulse button and all three cage doors popped open.
Yes. That's what pulse
Lucky
does.
guess.
That's what it does.
Bunny Zoraz jumped with joy as she and Ken 10B 541 ran to Johnny Vigilant. They met outside their cages and shared a group hug.
Come on. Let's get back to the passage. There's no time.
Ken 10B 541 shouted. He grabbed Bunny Zoraz and Johnny Vigilant by the hand and they ran back to the room where they had been captured.
The system is down. Yes!
Go, go, go!
Johnny Vigilant whispered hurriedly as he lowered Bunny Zoraz and Ken 10B 541 into the tunnel. They waited for him as he tried to shimmy his abnormally large shoulders through the grate. He was taking what felt like forever, so Bunny Zoraz and Ken 10B 541 pulled with all their might until Johnny Vigilant finally pooped out of the vent, landing on top of them.
It's an onomatopoeia. That's great.
Yeah.
Landing on top of them in a comical fashion.
I have to take credit for that poomped. I have to. Yeah, sorry. Computer's not that great. Sorry.
That's good.
Ken 10B541 scrambled out from under
Vocabulary guy. Well,
Oh, we lost you there, Drew. Bad. Unfortunately.
is that a word?
Drew just poomped.
Drew just remembered Sam.
It's like that. God damn it! What was the name of that movie with
The
Julianne Moore?
Forgotten. I just referenced
it's
it.
like,
with
Have you forgotten?
Sam. Yeah.
oh right, Sam, get on the plane. Okay. My favorite line in that is Tracy, just get on the plane, kid. All right. Ken 10B541 scrambled out from under Johnny Vigilant and pointed towards the two doors.
I think they went this way.
He rushed up to the wrong door.
What about this way? Or was that Johnny?
Who knows?
Who knows?
You know. That.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
What about this way?
Johnny reached to open the correct door, but as he gripped the doorknob, he heard Ken 10B541 gasp.
The Techo!
Ken 10B541 had already opened the incorrect door, where he saw the Techo sprawled on the ground. Ken 10B541 rushed up to him.
Speak to me. Are you all right?
The Techo was silent for a moment. Then he began to cough. Bunny Zoraz and Johnny Vigilant approached them slowly. The Techo began to...
Oh, God.
I'm just coughing.
Yeah.
He coughed slimily.
Yeah.
The Techo began to speak.
This is the wrong corridor.
He said in between coughs.
You have to turn back and go the other way before it's too late.
This story should have been called The Wrong Corridor.
Everyone.
Ken 10B541 began to cry as he cradled the Techo in his arms.
Who did this to you?
He demanded. The Techo said,
That's not important now. You need to catch up to Scamper 8493-420 and stop the scientist. Go!
Ken 10B541 felt a hand gently touch his shoulder. The Techo was silent for another moment before whispering,
I don't know how to fix the leak.
He coughed up blood.
Is the leak his blood? Like
Yeah,
I assume
guess.
an internal leak.
You're right.
Yeah, get some fucking, like, use willpower to get some duct tape or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't fix that with giant scissors.
Bunny Zoraz and John... Not with that attitude. Okay. Bunny Zoraz and Johnny Vigilant tried not to cry as they helped Ken 10B541 comfort the Techo.
We'll fix it. You just need to rest.
Bunny Zoraz said.
It's too late.
Weird. Whispered too.
Yeah, whispered to Techo. Whisper...
All right, yeah.
Well, Drew said wait, so I was waiting.
Well, I'm confused. Wait. So, hey,
Yes.
whispered to Techo. Who whispered to Techo?
We don't know.
I don't know.
So, like,
okay. Everybody's confused. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
Usually this type of mistake happens when I get in there and try and like fix something the computer's really goofed up, and then like it doesn't correct me because "to" is a real word and "heard" is a real word, and even though I meant like the and heart.
Right.
So yeah.
Whispered to Techo as he closed his eyes. Ken 10B541 cried. He looked up at Johnny Vigilant.
We have to go now.
They stepped into the hallway to make their way back to the lair. Bunny Zoraz cried silently as they approached the other door.
This is it.
Johnny Vigilant said as he opened the door.
I'm coming to save you, Scamper 8493 420.
They all burst into the room after Johnny Vigilant, hoping to see Scamper 8493 420, but instead they saw a massive mutant Grundo guard on the ground who was beginning to stir.
I'm so sick of guards!
Ken 10B541 exclaimed.
What about the blasted scientist?
He began to feel a bit lightheaded. He definitely misses his inhaler. Bunny Zoraz slowly approached the mutant Grundo.
Let's get rid of it.
She suggested. Johnny Vigilant shook his head.
No, we've just got to run past him. Everyone, let's go! Hoo-ha!
He said, and began to run as fast as he could past the Grundo. The guard was still dazed, so he missed Johnny Vigilant, Bunny Zoraz, and Ken 10B541 as they all bolted past him. The guard fell back to the ground. First he passed out, but before that, he used his guard radio to call the others.
Oh, okay.
Wait, which one did he do first?
It's a Mobius strip of cause and effect.
You guys don't remember this? I put this in here specifically as a reference.
I know, yeah,
okay. Thank you.
I got
Don't
it.
gaslight me,
It's a
bro.
callback.
Wait, where is it? Which one? Where is it from?
We did it last
From
week.
the previous
and it-
chapter, right? Or was it a different fic?
No, it was a completely different fanfic.
Okay.
It must have been like the Big Boys or something.
Yeah, I think it was
it was
Galaxy
like
Warriors.
first he said let's go, but before that he like
Okay,
Yeah.
missed that one. Sorry.
Sam says WTF is a Grundo. If you don't recognize a word in here, it's probably like a Neopet thing.
Neopet.
Can you
Is Molly the
describe
Grundo?
a Grundo?
A Grundo is a space alien baby, but like they look like little stupid alien babies that are like small and adorable. But then, like if you use a mutant potion on them, they look like huge motherfucking Vin Diesel, like lifting head looking
all right.
badasses.
Drew.
Monsters from Space Jam.
Yes.
Drew,
Did somebody say Vin Diesel?
That's yeah, exactly.
That's your cue.
listening.
I googled them and they're.
I gotta go.
Is that Drew then?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who's what?
You just auditioned for the part.
Take this line as Vin Diesel.
Oh, a word included in the boss's whale.
Then he passed out all the way.
Like dead? Is he dead?
I'm completely asleep now.
Time for go to bed.
He passed out to death.
What is going on?
What is going on? Big hair,
she's got
big
a
hair.
balloon. How do you have big?
She's got a balloon on her head.
That'll give you the big hair. That'll do it.
That's very cute.
Oh,
It's a big hair. You can have the flower.
the flower? Oh, the flower is
Oh,
beautiful.
that
Look
is a
at
pretty
that.
flower.
Yeah, I picked myself.
I figure you did it. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Darn, we can't see your camera, Drew. It's just loading
Weird.
for us. I think it's like a problem on
I
our
can s-
end.
I can see it, but it's definitely on Drew's end because
I
he's had
picked that flower.
Oh,
lag
I'm
and
being gaslit. Every
video
direction.
issues.
Okay, back to the fanfic. It's a beautiful whatever it is.
oh,
It
thank
is
you.
gorgeous.
They arrived not long after Scamper 8493 420 had discovered the lair. They watched silently as Scamper 8493 420 slowly approached the desk and asked,
Did he know?
Drew,
Drew.
you there?
Drew.
true, buddy.
We need Scamper.
Is that you, lab ray scientist?
Yay.
Everyone stared at the chair as it turned around to reveal the lab ray scientist. He was
all right.
he was slowly writing on a clipboard.
Molly, are you here? Can you do the library scientist voice?
I can do the lab ray scientist.
He's evil. He's an evil guy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He asked, seeing the group enter.
We've come for you, Ray.
I think the computer thought like his name was like Lab Ray. Like,
Right.
yeah.
It fits for Ken 10B, because Ken 10B
Yeah.
is always like a little behind the curve.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Don't really know what's going on.
Ken 10B 541 said.
We are here to stop you.
The lab ray scientist turned his head as he said,
What are you talking about? You're no heroes. That isn't what the scientist told me to do. I need to continue my research on the lab ray. It's for the good of Neopet.
I thought he was the head scientist. Why is he listening to these other scientists?
He's the head brain scientist.
I don't know.
every scientist has somebody they report to.
Yeah.
All right, Scamper.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
It's for the good of Neopet. Who are you people, and when do you get off calling us villains?
We're the zoning commission. Scamper 8493 420 demanded.
We are the ones that built Neopet. We are the ones that fought to keep it free from those who would enslave us and use us as tools. We are the ones that freed the Neopets from their prisons. This was all for the good of Neopet.
What I'm trying to say is, we built this city!
Is this true? You are Neopians?
Oh my god, trying to sing in that voice nearly killed my fucking throat. The scientist asked. Scamper 8493 420 said,
Yes, and what we are?
The yellow Scorchio scientist stood up from his chair and replied smarmily,
Because I believe my guards are looking for a group of Neopians as we speak. Here they are now.
Johnny Vigilant, Bunny Zorez, Ken 10B 541, and Scamper 8493 420 were shocked when they noticed the group of guards that had appeared behind them. The Onion Chia stood at the front of the group with a sadistic look in his eye.
I'm gonna enjoy this more than I enjoyed making mincemeat out of that Tico!
He muttered to himself as the guards once again took custody of the intruders.
he muttered with a scream.
We did it. Wow, that was an epic.
Yeah, I tried to tell you.
That was a long ass chapter.
Yeah, I didn't do Golden Girls this week. I just did this one.
Lots happened. We lost the Techo. We got tortured.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But there's
We
a
built
pretty
this
lady.
Broke out of some
pretty
cages with the pulse button.
The pulse button, that'll get you out of a jam.
We found Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Found Lab Ray.
Lab Ray.
It's a shame about Labray.
I wanted to get my Lab Ray pierced, but my mom said no.
Let me see here. We have a piece of fan art that's going to lead into... Although I guess it won't really make sense
Yeah.
before we read it.
No, why would you do that? Don't do it.
Sorry.
How dare you?
It'll help visualize the character. She's like within the
Okay.
first paragraph.
Okay.
Sorry, I pulled out my headphone cable. I wasn't saying shit, motherfucker, at you.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
No, me either.
Okay, so we do have some fan art. Although technically, is it fan art if you drew it for your own story?
It's more of
really just an
it's more of a
illustration.
character
Yeah.
portrait.
Yeah, it's more of like a frontispiece.
It's exactly
And what
that
does that
thing
mean?
that Michael said.
Michael?
Mr. fucking Word over here.
What does it mean? What's a
I want to write a
frontispiece?
disc about
Like
Michael.
like a picture at the beginning of a book,
Oh,
Yeah.
right? Is that
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
an illustration facing the title page of a book?
Ah.
Yeah.
There she
Okay.
is.
Well, it's a character portrait of the main character.
Okay.
I thought
Got kind of a-
was
well-
blank.
Oh,
Well, the main character is Steve Plank, but like this is like the Mary Sue itself insert character.
Wonderful.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Great.
Giving me kind of a Laura Croft vibe here.
No, boobs are not triangular enough.
Yeah.
I'm still
The
turned on.
reboot Laura Croft.
Ah, okay. Okay. The
Sure.
reboob. Got it.
She did wear a few more clothes too. So
reboot.
that,
I love it.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Okay, so it's been a while since we've read about Steve Plank. Originally,
yeah. Recap.
he was a Left Behind character. He's kind of the J. Jonah Jameson of the Left Behind universe. He was the editor of the World Weekly or Global Weekly. Is that right? Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's Global Weekly.
Get me
Yeah.
pictures of ergonomic chairs.
Yeah.
No, his chairs were never ergonomic.
Oh, they
That was
weren't?
the thing.
That's right.
They weren't ergonomic. They were shit. They were horrible to sit on, and he did that on purpose.
I remember now.
I'm surprised you remember that. Yeah. But they were very expensive, right?
They were very expensive. They were
Yeah.
very expensive
Okay.
chairs.
So yeah, Steve Plank, The Before Times, chronicled the adventures of Steve Plank and
His hamster? Or
Gerbil.
Gerbil. He was a gerbil.
All right.
It was his pet gerbil Nibbles and his
Nibbles.
girlfriend Dolly
Yes.
Parton.
and
Right.
Dolly Parton.
Unless this is a prequel, Nibbles did die at the end of the last story.
Nibbles
right?
did die.
Right.
Yeah.
And so did
After
Dolly.
After
Dolly
betraying
died?
them.
God,
Dolly died, yes.
A lot of
remember
people
that,
died
but all right.
in the war
A lot of people
against
died.
Henry Winkler.
Yes.
That's right.
Even in a fanfic, we can't have Dolly die. Protect at all costs. We love her too much. Like, oh, she died? Even fictionally, I can't take it.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that catches us up.
Wait,
there's
who was-
some like recap in the beginning
Okay.
chapter.
Okay.
Like it's I will warn you, this is a much more dramatic story than a comedy, which was
Well-
hard for me to do because I'm a naturally fucking hilarious person.
Well, yeah, how do you
very
turn
much.
it off, right? I don't
Exactly.
know. It's a sickness.
But
Okay. Just reading the tit discourse in chat.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I think we can get into this now. Here it is. Oh boy.
and there are actually 2 chapters of this, and the second one's shorter, but not much. So if we feel like reading more, we can. If not, then we don't have to.
Okay.
The room was a shambles. Pages of newsprint.
Before we begin, I did actually I did do dream casting notes. I did do dream casting notes
Okay.
on the casting sheet.
Wait,
That
like
will
Sega
help.
Dreamcast?
Like,
Yes,
Morgan Freeman plays every
I-
character.
I consulted Misha on which character she would like to play, and Misha chose the Russian, butch non-binary person.
Yes.
But they're not in this chapter, so haha, screw you.
Right, cool. You didn't give me any of the context of like how many lines there were.
It's going to be a main character. They're going to be a main character.
Okay. All right.
They're coming next chapter.
All right. So I'll just sit back and.
We've got 4 speaking roles this chapter. We've got Emily, who I was planning to play because she's supposed to have a British accent.
Okay.
And I know everybody else is shit at that.
I really like Michael's British accent.
Oi, top of the governor to you, mate. I can
Exactly. Exactly. And then, of course, there's Steve Plank. I don't care who plays Steve. It can be anybody.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who played Steve last time.
It was
Tracy
Tracy.
Okay.
Okay, so when Tracy comes back, he can play.
Yeah.
But then.
Until then, we need an understudy for the eventual casting of Tracy. And then I would like Grime to be played by Drew because I feel like Grime is a perfect character for Drew. And Kitty, you can take Grunge. I feel like you would be good at Grunge.
Thank you.
This should be good.
I think he should be British too. Oi, shrimp on the Barbie.
I actually did envision them as being like really Cockney, but like I'll leave that up to your discretion.
Yeah, I can do that. Obviously.
Spitfire is asking the real questions. We need to know: do you agree with Steve Plank's views on God?
Steve Plank's opinions on God at this point, do we?
Yeah, we do. This is a
Steve
yeah,
Plank's
he-
thoughts on God.
This is a sequel fic to the pre-sequel that is the Before Times.
Yeah,
so
and
the Before Times takes place before the Rapture happens. It's like before everything. Then the Reba Left Behind crossover fanfic happened, and then this happened. This happens after the Rapture and the collapse of society.
okay.
I'm gonna need a flip chart.
And it was at the end of the prequel where Steve Plank renounced God, correct?
Yeah, it was like what happened was Nibbles said that he was a born again Christian and then went in and died, and Steve's like, man, fuck God.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, good.
I love it. I love it.
Now I think we're all caught up.
Okay.
After all this time, Molly is just like, no, there's more work to be done here.
Yes.
First, I need to go back in.
Yes.
I can't wait to read this.
There's more
tie up all
work to
those
be
loose
told in the
ends.
tale of Steve Plank.
There's more stories. Well,
Speed blank.
I'm telling you that I had an idea for it, and I told Kitty and Tristan what that idea is, but I'm not going to spoil it for the rest of you.
Read it.
okay.
Let's read.
It's just one sentence in a fanfic spawned all of this.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
sentence. Well, I do not.
I mean, that's kind of how fanfic happens, right? You know?
Yeah.
Folks, that is what fanfic is.
All about.
All right.
Tip your servers. The room was a shambles. Pages of newsprint, once immaculately framed and displayed proudly, were scattered around the room in shreds. The formerly glossy glass of their frames shattered and dusty. Chairs had been dislodged from their previous locations around the room. A desk with its drawers ransacked, many ripped clean from their homes, their contents scattered across the floor. Upon the ceiling, a large brown patch indicated leaking pipes. Bottles littered the floor, some broken, some with a splash of their nectar remaining. An overpowering odor of liquor, urine, and mildew filled every inch of the room, assailing any who entered. The stench was so thick, so rancorous, that one could nearly taste it. Droplets of a brownish liquid fell from the spot on the ceiling, pinging off something unseen behind the desk with an irritating whine. The air felt old, uncirculated, and musty. No sense was spared when Emily Evans opened the door and made her way into the office. Her flashlight cast an even light over the space, glinting off of the bottles and shattered picture frames. She tread carefully, worried that her ragged shoes might not offer protection against whatever she might step on. The place had been looted, that much was clear. She still held hope, however, that she might find something salvageable. She ran her light over the desk, seeing something curious that caught her eye. Stepping cautiously forward, she laid her flashlight down and picked up the object of her attention. It was an old 2x4 board with several nails pounded into it.
Yeah.
That would probably increase its killing power.
Thought.
I remember that.
There it is.
She leaned the makeshift weapon against the desk and continued her search for forgotten treasures. With utmost care, she cast her light around the room, examining everything with the eye of an experienced hunter. So, all right, Laura Croft, I feel like I'm vindicated now.
Yes, yeah. Scavenger.
Slowly, she added a few knickknacks to her pile, things that other looters had missed or maybe hadn't realized the value of. That's kind of missed, right? That's...
Yeah.
Yeah. When she shone her light around the side of the desk, she stopped cold. A hand, so filthy that it nearly blended into the grime surrounding it, lay there, attached to an arm in rags. Emily gulped, reaching for the board she had taken earlier, and crept around the desk, flashlight in her teeth. A tall man, wreathed in garbage, lay sprawled on the ground. It was hard for Emily to determine if he was alive or not. He was filthy, unshaven, the tattered rags of his clothing concealing little. There was a bucket near him filled with what could only be piss. Gritting her teeth, Emily took the board and nudged the man's foot. He shot up, reaching for something on the desk, the white of his eyes contrasting starkly with his grimy face. Not finding what he was looking for, he finally noticed his assailant.
And this is whoever's playing Steve Plank.
That's mine,
he said, his voice rough. Indicating the board in Emily's hands, he continued,
You can have anything else out of this room, but that board is mine. It's important to me.
I don't think you're in a position to make demands.
Emily replied, attempting to add a hint of threat to her voice. The man was unfazed.
Return that board to me, and I'll let you leave with your legs undamaged. Otherwise, you will have to kill me, which won't happen. I am more dangerous than I look.
Returned the vagrant, his eyes flashing with anger. Emily looked down at the board, unsure if she should trust the man.
Why should I trust you?
Emily asked, her voice shaking. The man scoffed.
Why shouldn't you?
The stranger said.
We're both forgotten, right? I figure if we can't trust each other, we're never going to get away from here.
He got to his feet and extended a hand. Emily recoiled.
Promise you, I won't bite. What's your name?
Emily. Emily Evans,
said the girl, her knuckles whitening on the board.
I'm Steve Blank.
The stranger replied, his voice cordial, almost sounding like a different person than from a moment before.
Oh.
I'm Steve Blank. I'll tell you what, Emily. Just hear me out. Listen to my story. If you don't trust me after that, then we can enjoy a pleasant little fight to the death over my board. Sound fair?
Emily thought for a moment and nodded. Steve brushed crumpled garbage from his tattered coat, his eyes searching for a place for them to sit. Finding a couple of overturned and once overpriced chairs, he righted them and offered one to Emily. Holding the board at the ready in case Steve decided to rush her, she sat lightly on the edge of the preferred seat. She had had enough bad run-ins with other Forgotten to keep her wits about her. Strangely, though, Steve seemed to lull her into a sense of security. I keep wondering, is that proffered? I haven't said that out loud in so long.
It's proffered.
Yeah, okay. Proffered seat. All right. She didn't get the sense that he was trying to trap her, nor did she think he was a threat, especially without his weapon.
What did you do before everything fell apart?
Asked Steve.
I was a student at the university, studying journalism.
Emily replied stiffly. Steve's eyes lit up at this revelation.
Were you now? Quite coincidental. I was also in journalism.
Is it... Molly, did you get the inspiration with this after watching The Visitor?
No.
You see why I had to ask, right?
I actually wrote this part a long time ago.
Gotcha, all right.
Wait, you're that Steve Plank? Former editor of the Global Weekly?
Steve's eyes twinkled.
Ah, so you've heard of me?
Of course. I mean, everyone knows how you unseated Henry Winkler from chair and plus all of your exploits in the aftermath of the rapture.
Emily said.
You did your best to keep the news world afloat, but in the end, no one cared about daily papers when the saved were taken from us. The world fell into ruin.
I still read Absalom weekly.
And what if I told you that the board that you have in your hands right now is the same board I used when we infiltrated Winkler Castle?
Steve questioned, his voice soft.
What?
What if I told you that it was the same weapon I was holding when Dolly was taken from me? And Nibbles... Nibbles...
Oh, no, not Nibbles and Dolly.
And now Steve starts to tell the story of what happened in the prequel, and that's just the rest of the story.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought about putting like the entirety of the prequel in here, but I decided to keep it dramatic.
All right. Emily stared in shock and awe at the man sitting before her, his clothing stained with grime and muck, trying to square what she knew of him with what he had become. Surely this couldn't be the same man. She had no doubt that Steve Plank had been forgotten. His comments regarding God at the funeral for Dolly and Nibbles put him squarely in that camp. The people these days, though, were always out for themselves. Since they'd been forgotten, they felt no impetus to behave in a Christian manner. This man could be a liar, a fake, or a cheat, trying to play her for a fool. She gazed into his eyes, looking for a hint of bloodlust or betrayal, things she'd seen in the eyes of so many others. She didn't find what she was looking for, though. She looked at the board in her hands, sighed, and held it out to Steve. He took it gently, placing it into a leather holster that had been hidden behind his back.
Thank you, Miss Evans. It means a lot to me that you were willing to believe my story, even when you had no reason to. You could have easily bludgeoned me to death or ran, but you gave me a chance.
Steve said, smiling. His filthy teeth did not make the expression endearing.
It's exactly the kind of trust we need to rebuild this world.
I don't know about rebuilding the world. I'd settle for just surviving,
replied Emily. Steve chuckled and rummaged in his belt for a second, pulling out a combat knife. He offered it to Emily.
Take this. You're going to need it in about a minute,
he said, gesturing toward the door. Emily glanced behind her, seeing the beam of a flashlight shining against the dirty glass window. Panicking, she took the knife from Steve, hiding herself in the corner of the office while he sat on the desk. She glared at him to hide, but he waved her off, unlimbering his mighty 2x4. That's a good porn line right there. Sorry, plorn. A few seconds later, the door burst open. Two masked men entered, focusing immediately on Steve. They wore wife beaters and had oily chests.
And this is Grime. So
Okay, that's me?
Drew. Yes.
Okay, and I'm British, as it were.
You're so
You
British.
can do whatever the hell you want.
You're
you can do whatever the
British.
hell you want.
Well, what have we here? Someone comes in a room full of trash. What do you think we should do with it, Grunge?
said the taller of the two, dragging a lead pipe on the ground as he walked toward Steve.
Hey
The other
guys,
man,
really, seriously, was that too subtle?
No, I got it.
Honestly, that's exactly how I envisioned you doing him. So perfectly.
Beautiful.
I also envisioned you doing him in other ways, but that one was perfect. So.
Okay, I'll take it.
the other man, presumably Grunge, laughed mockingly, tapping a sharpened stake against the desk.
Ha 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 ha! Blimey! Not bloody sure, Grime. Maybe we should be nice to him for all the dongos and galas. He's got a big board with nails pounded in it to increase its bloody killing power, I reckon. All right?
He started.
Now that
started-
was subtle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And mostly
Take
British.
notes, Drew.
See, Drew, you were acting for the stage. Kitty was acting for the camera. You see, that's the.
The camera that I am not on.
Section 120.
I
That's
was
right.
acting for the people in the back, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
He started poking the butt of a spear against Steve, who remained imperturbable, his board lying across his lap. Emily took advantage of the fact that these men were distracted and began to creep towards the door, which they'd left wide open. Grunge and Grime were continuing to mock Steve, their threatened blows coming dangerously close to hitting their mark. As though he were a statue, Steve didn't even blink, a small smile fixed on his features. Because of that last goddamn story, I picture them in a lab.
Even with my beautiful description at the beginning of the story.
It's a trashed lab. Trashed lab.
Yeah.
People have stolen everything that looks like lab equipment. What's left, but it's still a lab. As though he were a... right. Grimes' pipe whizzed inches from his face. Hello. And he didn't move a muscle, simply allowing the men to swing their weapons at him.
He's going to die if I don't help him.
Emily thought, looking at the knife in her hand. She wasn't a fighter. She was a scavenger. She hunted for scrap and salvage that she could use to survive. Instead of fighting, she ran. She hid. It had served her well these past few years. But now she had a reason to stay, to fight.
What am I thinking? I barely know him.
She screamed at herself in her mind.
You don't owe him anything. Run!
She looked down at the knife as Grime and Grunge seemed to tire of their game. She stood up, gripping it tightly.
Is this Grime?
No.
This is Grime.
Okay, that's me. Alright, Grunge, let's end this. You want to go for his stomach and I'll bash his head in?
That's rubbish! You always get the head! I'm on your bike! I want the head just this once! I'm on Smoko, so leave me alone!
We're you know how Tristan needs to say "wow" to get into a little
Yeah.
like a new phrase every sentence in order to get into character.
It's up
Yeah,
to
I
you.
think my pitch pipe for Cockney is, what's always saying? I always get ahead because I got a pipe. You can't bash a head in with a spear.
I'm only talking to the chat right now. Chat, it's up to you to decide which phrases I said that are Australian and which that are British. Good luck!
This is you again.
All right. All right. What's all this then? Let me stab him just this once, right in the Australian word for head. You can break his leg so he can't run, oi, mate.
Is it cabeza? I believe
Yes,
it's cabeza.
it's chorizo. Yes, chorizo. You got it.
Hi, dumbasses!
Emily. Emily shouted, interrupting their argument. They both turned around. As Emily ran and leapt at Grime, plunging her knife into his chest. Blood spurted from the wound as she pulled back and struck again, covering her in viscera. Grime dropped his pipe with a loud clattering noise and fell to his knees.
Oi!
Grunge.
Oi! You little bitch! I'm right pissed! I'm gonna...
Grunge began, only to be cut off as Steve finally moved, swinging his 2x4 with immense strength. The nails dug into the man's stupid-looking face, puncturing him and holding him on the board throughout the arc of the swing.
Got me right
Finally,
in my
Steve-
stupid chorizo, you did?
You bloody dingo. Finally, Steve put his foot to the now...
baby! Sorry, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Finally, Steve put his foot to the now lifeless corpse of Grunge, kicking him down and yanking the board from his face in one swift motion. Another arc of blood filled the air, splattering Emily as she continued stabbing at the body of Grime. Steve caught her arm on an upswing.
Oi!
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Aussie, Aussie, oxen free! And she glared around wildly at him.
Foster's Outback! Oi!
It's Australian for beer!
You did good, kid.
Steve said calmly.
Thanks for stepping in when you did. He's dead now. You can let him be.
I don't know what came over me. I didn't want him to hurt me or you or anyone again.
She lowered the knife as Steve relaxed his grip on her arm, tears beginning to flow from her eyes. She gripped it tightly, her knuckles white on the handle.
I know, kid. I know. You did good. Why don't you hand me the knife?
It's great, man. Maybe give me the knife.
I think she was stabbing a lifeless fucking corpse.
Emily looked down at the knife in her bloody hands, causing a new wave of tears to form in her eyes. She shakily held it out to Steve. He took it, wiping it on his pants to cleanse it of blood, and put it back in its sheath. He then unclipped it from his belt and handed it to Emily.
I think you've earned this. It's not an easy thing to take your first life, but you did it. He would have killed me, and then if they saw you, they would have killed you. All we can do now is be jealous of the dead, for they no longer have to live in our fucked up world.
Damn.
Steve turned his attention away from the crying girl and went to examine the bodies of the men they had just killed. The masks covered only the upper part of the face and were in the shape of a jester. Their attire was typical road warrior garb, a style that had become popular since the Rapture, especially amongst the gangs. Leather jackets, spikes, chains, thick trousers made of sturdy material, and leather chaps were really all just wanting to dress like this every day. It's just like, God, when will the Christians be taken away?
I'll take any excuse.
Apocalypse.
Right,
The world needs an apocalypse to just turn into a Tom of Finland poster.
Turning Grunge over, he saw the large black Q spray painted onto the back of his jacket with a spade in the center.
gross.
He looked back at Emily.
Oh, it shouldn't have been a spade. It should have been a club. Oh, no, I'm a fool.
We forgive you.
Well, to be fair, Grunge is kind of dumb, so maybe...
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
A club?
pointy
Right, I
club.
know. I know what a club looks like. Sure, yeah.
This is Steve.
Okay. Miss Reporter in Training, come look at these guys and tell me what you can figure out about them.
Well, that should be a club, obviously.
Draw
Emily
it
stood
like that. That's for QAnon, and that's just wrong.
Right. Emily stood shakily like a newborn horse testing out its legs and made her way over to Steve. She knelt down over the body of Grunge, reaching into his pockets, pulling out a scrawled note.
They look to be a salvage team from one of the gangs.
She said.
Judging from the symbol on the back of this jacket, they work for Flower Queen. This has instructions on it too. Wait, this can't be right. It says to find Steve Plank and eliminate him? What did you do to piss off the Queen of Clubs?
Steve sighed.
This has been happening more and more lately. I'm not sure what I did, but the playing cards have been hunting me for a while. I think it's time I stop hiding and bring the fight back to them. Want to join me?
Me?
Said Emily, shock proliferating her voice.
What on earth would you want me for? I broke down crying because of what just happened here.
Exactly. Not to mention, you gave me my board back. You have a heart. I can't think of anyone else I'd trust to watch my back in this godforsaken wasteland. What do you say?
She thought about it for a second and nodded. She was tired of running and hiding, tired of relying only on herself. Looking at the knife in her hand, she gripped it tightly and fastened it to her belt.
I'll come with you, Steve. I don't know what use I'll be to you, but I'll join you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
How exciting.
Nice.
I'll be honest, I'm so happy that this is now post-trib. Like, I love post-tribulation fiction, you know? Because it's essentially like I mean, you know, stuff like this. Obviously, we've got like arcs of blood and shit, like which you probably wouldn't find in like mainstream Christian stuff. But the thing that I like about it is that mostly it's Christian
Unless
writing,
David
right?
A.R.
So
White produced it.
Oh, really? Does he go violent as well?
Finish your thought before we get into David A.R.
Okay.
White.
Well, I was just I haven't actually seen anything that he's in. I've just seen previews or whatever. But but it's like this weird mix of like, you know, Mad Max, Road Warrior, post-apocalyptia, and then like, but it has to be PG because it's you know, it's very Christian. So it's like I find that such a weird mix, and I don't know, I enjoy it, and I enjoy the idea of looking at it in a more adult lens as well. So
One time on Drag Race, they had a challenge where they had to do post-apocalyptic looks, and my favorite quotes from one of the queens was, she was like, I have to do this post-apocalyptic look or whatever, post-apocalyptic, and so now every time I hear post-apocalyptic, I think post-apocalyptic.
I think it would have been funny if one of them did like just smearing shit on, because it's like, well, you wouldn't have mirrors, right? Like everything's broken.
Yeah, sure.
You could break one off the side of the car.
We should have. Yeah.
So I'd like to get in a chapter of Monster Me if we can.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I gotta find. I guess I've got it saved over here. It's just not.
I've been narrating nonstop. Misha doesn't have a character in this. Do you want to take this, Misha?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
What chapter are we on?
4. It's the latest one.
Okay.
And I will be right back.
Okay.
So
'Cause it's,
somebody could take Adam for me real quick.
Okay.
Because it's you know, at the end of the 3rd chapter, they had agreed that they were going to go on a date, right?
Okay. Yeah. to learn more about each other.
Do we?
Oh no, you can see. You can see I'm not fully buttoned when I lean back.
Ooh. Fabulous.
You can see I got a belly fat.
Oh no!
I can't button my shirt down all the way.
Stop. You're beautiful.
Plot synopsis: Godzilla and Adam from the Power Rangers got married.
Right. It's a parody of Marry Me. So Godzilla is played by Owen Wilson, who is played by me.
And who's Molly's understudy for Adam? Michael, do you want to do it just until Molly gets back?
Sure.
Oh,
I meet Adam.
Drew does. Drew, you are going to show up in this chapter. Why doesn't Kitty take it?
Okay.
That's me. What am I taking?
Adam.
Oh, good.
Adam.
okay. Chapter 4. The date.
Adam's British, by the way.
After a light Korean dinner and light but informative conversation, Godzilla and Adam went for a stroll along the Hudson River Greenway. The light flickered off the gentle motion of the water like the flickering of random thoughts occurring in the brain. Adam lightly kicked a rock that was in the path.
Wow.
There it is.
Okay.
Remember to keep your mouth mostly closed?
Yeah,
I know. It's hard when I'm smiling, but I can see all that. I can see. Wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
try to
okay.
take it from the top. Give it some space.
I can see all that martial arts training paid off.
Godzilla said with authentic sardonicity. You know how that sounds.
I know.
By the way, Tristan, do you want to switch the other view over to Misha or somebody else? Since I'm
I reckon.
I'll just be staring at the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Shut up. Ooh.
Adam. He wore
Perfect.
He wore a crushed
I'm not British.
velvet top
Let her
and loose
speak.
trousers.
I'm sorry. Try again.
He wore a crushed indigo velvet top and loose trousers. Godzilla had on a plain gray shirt under a brown corduroy jacket. Adam raised his head.
Ooh, an ice cream vendor. You want some ice cream?
Sure.
They went to the booth. Adam ordered butterscotch and a waffle cone, and Godzilla went for a cup of bubblegum. They wandered over to a bench and sat down. Godzilla accidentally tore the back of the bench off with his tail, and they had to awkwardly rearrange themselves.
Damn it.
Godzilla murmured.
I'll sit in the city and check.
Adam murmured and took a lick off the cone. The water lapped at the cement barrier in the background, a soft susurrus underlying their conversation like wood shavings in a hamster cage.
All right, everybody slow down while I look up what a thesaurus is.
I think you have to look it up in your thesaurus.
Oh my god. That's a story.
I'm sorry. I will excuse myself.
Are you really looking it up, or can I move on?
No, go ahead.
If you're curious, it is a whispering, murmuring, or rustling. The example given is the susurration of the river.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay. Godzilla put his spoon in his cup and quickly checked his phone.
Sorry.
He said as he put it away.
Stop apologizing. I get it. You've got a kid. I'm sure you worry quite a bit.
You're kind of slipping towards your voice for T.
Who the hell is T?
Sorry, Taya.
Taya.
He spilled the tea. I say yeah.
Okay. I'm sure everything's fine and Svetlana will be calling nonstop if there was an issue. But you kind of have to teach yourself to constantly be on alert.
Godzilla said, and took a small slurp of ice cream. He then sighed.
And the challenges of being a single father. Man.
Single father, man, I get it.
Adam gave him a strange look, then looked around, then back at him.
Can I ask you about that?
Being a single father?
I mean, how did that happen? Did you lay an egg or something? I mean, unless you're hiding some women'zillas on that island of yours.
Godzilla blushed and gave an uncomfortable cough.
I'm back.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome back.
Molly, I'm sorry for what I've done with your character. He went from like British to Markiplier to like, I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. You can have him back.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark.
Yeah, he was just doing that.
And he just...
go ahead. You're gonna sum it up. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Adam just asked Godzilla how it was that Godzilla reproduced. Yeah.
A horribly offensive question.
No.
Really?
No, I mean, Manila was hatched out of an egg, but it was, a space egg. I've got all the usual male equipment.
Got that fat kaiju dick.
He stuck a large spoonful of ice cream in his mouth so that he was unable to continue talking.
Only a spoon.
Yeah, I have a million other questions.
Yeah, me too.
So what do you just jizz into the sky?
Yeah. You don't?
Well, I mean, I do, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm a gentleman.
Oh.
Adam said, trying not to sound overly shocked.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. It seemed as if a comet trailed by a tail of sparkling detritus flew behind his eyes, and he got a weird look on his face.
What?
The fat kaiju dick.
Yeah.
Godzilla asked, then hissed because there was so much cold stuff in his mouth he'd gotten tooth freeze.
Oh
Is that like brain freeze, but for your
Right.
teeth?
Yes.
Godzilla went and started firing nuclear lasers all over the ice cream parlor.
no! His teeth couldn't think for a minute because they were frozen.
Just for setting, Molly, they're not in a lab or an ice cream parlor. They stopped at an ice cream food cart on the what is it, the Green Island Parkway or whatever. They're
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're on a bench in
They're
front of the
next to the Susurrus.
That's pretty sus.
Okay, so we're not going to address it. They're not going to
Very
address the space egg thing. Like,
No, why would we?
Well,
Yeah, I know.
we get it. He jizzed into the sky, and then an egg came down, and then he's like, "Oh shit, that's my kid."
Misha, that's
Keep in
literally how
mind-
I was born.
Keep in mind, Adam was a Power Ranger for years, so
Yeah.
You see a lot of
okay,
stuff out
so,
there.
I mean, sure. Yeah, he's just going to accept it, but I'm not.
All right.
All right.
I mean that is Son of Godzilla. Like that's where Minna was
Right.
introduced, and that is
I
what
just
happened.
have to
So
actually not be just a casual fan. I have to watch the...
well, I explained it for you, but you weren't happy with it.
You're gonna have to march into what is it, Toho headquarters.
Toho, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you call me?
Let's move on.
All right. Nothing.
Adam said.
What a
Now,
great way to move on. Sorry, Misha.
Adam said, now blushing himself.
Oh my god!
Just
In public?
that just
Blushing yourself.
That just brings up possibilities.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Godzilla said.
Wow. Are you flirting with me?
Adam laughed.
We're married. Yes, I'm flirting with you. Why does that seem so strange?
I mean, you're like an international superstar, and I'm just a single dad with a day job trying to make it. I'm nothing special.
In the big shit.
Just Godzilla. Special.
Was that the tooth freeze that again?
Yes. You seem pretty special to me.
Adam replied.
You don't know how refreshing it is to meet someone who doesn't know anything about me, but who actually seems to like me. Don't forget, it wasn't that long ago that I was just a teenager in Stone Canyon, back in California. If we hadn't helped save that baby in the park, my life wouldn't be special either.
You can't say that for certain. But I get what you're saying.
Drew seems confused. That is how Adam and Rocky and Aisha were introduced in the series. They helped save the
Okay.
baby.
Power Rangers.
All right, thank you.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know about a baby in a park.
Yeah.
And
They
that
went like Power
baby
Rangers.
was Zoran.
Okay. You can't say that for certain, but I get what you're saying. Do that many people recognize you? I didn't realize I was so out of touch with pop culture.
I get approached by a...
Whoa.
What was that? That wasn't me.
The hell was that?
I get approached by at least one person a week to tell me Pudgy Pig was a stupid fight.
Adam sighed.
I wasn't even a ranger when they fought Pudgy.
There was a
Getting
long
some-
silence.
Some deep cut ranger knowledge here.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm learning so much right now.
They ate their ice cream and looked at the river. A boat made boat noises in the distance.
Boat.
Thank you.
The waves did the susurrus against the shore, and the boat.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad that Spitfire had to leave because I guess it had an early night because that was kind of my little nudge because I'm pretty sure he was the one who made the little like fan art cover from the Pokemon story where I was like, she didn't know anything about goddamn boats. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking
vaguely
boats
remember
and their
that.
stupid names for shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Boat.
So I wanted to. I didn't want to
Yeah.
like do it overtly, but I had another like what boat noises, whatever.
Aw.
Okay.
Hello, Spitfire, watching this in the VOD from the future. Hi, we love you.
Okay. I don't think I'm a good person.
Godzilla finally said.
What?
Shocked.
What?
I love that I can recognize that as your Johnny Blaze voice.
You're the devil.
I mean it. You remember Kumanga, the giant spider?
Sure. We all do.
Naturally.
This is the chapter of lore. My word.
Well, that was just
Kumanga
last
was-
chapter. That was
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I burned him.
Godzilla admitted softly.
When I was younger, I'd just fight or burn anything that came along. I had so much anger.
We all make mistakes when we're younger.
Adam responded.
Not you, apparently.
You were out rescuing babies while you were in high school.
Godzilla gesticulated wildly with his ice cream as he spoke. Adam got lost in thought for a moment.
Man, that baby sure went a long way in that carriage.
Sure did.
Felt like it was out of control forever.
It was like a 4-minute scene of just
God.
3 people on rollerblades chasing a baby carriage as it went through a park.
Yeah.
Stop that baby!
Yeah.
He's got a gun!
They both looked down, mired in wry rhymes and roomy moors of their memories for a moment.
Okay. Okay, go to fucking thesaurus.com a little more, Michael.
Godzilla muttered,
Boris.
Oh my god. Pew, 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 pew.
I killed like a... Okay, I feel like I'm losing...
Yeah, that's Jack Nicholson. He's back, baby.
No.
Closed mouth.
He's emerging.
Jack Nicholson opens his mouth. Owen Wilson does not.
No, I'm a car.
That baby needs...
I'm a
That baby
talking
needs an
car.
enema.
Ka-chow.
I'm a talking car. Wow.
No, close here.
Vroom, vroom.
Beep, beep. Gotta go fast. Oh no, that's Sonic.
I killed like a third of Tokyo's population. Took out a lot of infrastructure over the years. If the U.S. ever changes its extradition treaty policies with Japan, I am...
Sorry, that's just so fucking stupid. Look.
Adam said.
Look.
I said we should find out about our history and all that because I wanted to know more about you. Not because I wanted to make you feel guilty for every bad decision you've ever made. What you are now is a good man. That's what matters.
I suppose.
Godzilla grumbled.
I mean, you know Tommy, right? Did you know when he first... Oh my god, more Power Rangers lore.
Tommy Wiseau is a Power Ranger.
You know Tommy, right? Did you know when he first joined the Rangers, he was a secret spy for Rita Repulsa? But he overcame that influence and fights the good fight. You're basically another Tommy.
Oh, God. Please let me be another Tommy. No.
Don't
no,
is the key word in there.
Yeah, don't.
No. Please let me be another Tommy.
Well, hi, Mark.
Oh, God. Please let me... God, I just really want to be another Tommy, okay?
Tommy. Wait, it's fine. We can
Subconsciously.
We'll just edit the script retroactively.
Oh, God. Please don't let me be another Tommy.
Godzilla laughed. Adam chuckled too. A sharp electric hiss sounded behind them, and suddenly Tommy was there.
I didn't mean it.
Drew,
Yes?
you're Tommy.
Oh my God, I am. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Is the Green Ranger at this point, right?
I haven't decided what I haven't decided what color he is because this is so far in the future. He's probably red at this point, but I haven't decided.
I'm red-green colorblind, so it doesn't matter. Hey, guys.
He exclaimed.
Did you call me?
Godzilla tried to stifle his laughter while simultaneously shoving another spoonful of ice cream into his mouth, and ended up choking.
Wait, I just want to say I definitely did make him Red Ranger because if you recall when he met Manila said red because
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's true.
Good, I'm
Unless
glad we cleared
Manila
that up.
is colorblind. Okay.
That's going to affect my performance a lot. So, okay, thanks for telling me now. Go.
Godzilla's choking to death. This made Adam laugh more, and Tommy just stared at them, cracking up good-naturedly for a moment.
No.
Adam finally choked out.
We're actually on a date. Sorry to have summoned you.
No problem.
Tommy said, and raised his watch up to his face. But before hitting the button, he saw something out of the corner of his eye.
Ooh, ice cream.
He wandered away.
Classic Tommy.
Adam and
So
Godzilla.
typical of Tommy.
Adam and Godzilla smiled crazily but silently at each other until he was gone for good.
Is he Beetlejuice?
Godzilla whispered.
What? What?
Adam laughed.
I don't know how to deliver this shit. I think he's Beetlejuice.
Adam snorted.
He's not Beetlejuice!
They said it 3 times, you guys.
Suddenly realizing they'd said the name thrice, they both quickly stopped laughing and looked around, terrified. After a few moments of Michael Keaton not showing up, they both gave out small sighs of relief.
Damn it.
As everybody does.
Kind of a three-way crossover.
I'm slightly disappointed because I want to do my Michael Keaton impression on here sometime, but I can't do Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, so
Or
it's
Owen
probably... Wow.
After a few more half-hearted licks, Adam said,
Man, I cannot handle ice cream like I used to be able to when I was young. I think I'm done.
Godzilla looked sadly at his cup and agreed. They got up and threw their trash into a trash can as they passed. A skate park was coming up on their path, and they could hear the distant sounds of people performing tricks on the cement.
So, what do you think about getting a hotel room?
Adam asked brazenly.
That kaiju dick!
Yes.
Drew, I can't see you right now, but stop doing that with your hands.
All right, fan art request. Draw that kaiju
Not of
dick.
Drew! Not of Drew!
It's like instant raid.
Yeah.
Is this something that attracts raids? You know, because like remember when I did the crate dragon with
Yeah. Yeah. And then again, when we actually read the erotic chapter.
Oh yeah.
Jack's
Times.
member summoned the raid as well, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Okay. Oh?
Godzilla answered. Then a moment later,
Oh. I'm sure I'm down.
Adam reached up, but could not quite reach Godzilla's hands. He settled on resting an arm on one of his haunches as they walked.
I still have no idea how tall Godzilla is.
In the car.
Godzilla's size is just randomly changing throughout this fanfic. It's like
Right.
Godzilla 98.
Well, throughout movies too.
Yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning, like most fanfics, his size is dependent upon the scene. So.
Yeah.
Highly ambiguous, yeah.
Godzilla kept looking down at Adam, then up again, then to the side, drawing in deep breaths as if he were about to say something, then stopping himself. Adam smiled.
Just relax. It'll be fine.
He reassured Godzilla, and Godzilla calmed down somewhat. They strolled in comfortable silence.
You probably won't even feel it.
In the near distance, one of the skaters yelled.
Man, Pudgy Pig sucked!
Adam sighed, but continued moving forward. Adam queued up his Slow Jams playlist and threw his Apple iPhone 13 Pro 1 terabyte onto the disk in the hotel room.
It had 82% battery. He had 3 messages from his mom. 1 unread spam email.
Godzilla, again, had that look of wanting to say something, but his mouth continued to hang uselessly agape like an opera singer struck mute. Or like a cat with
Like a cat who walked into the room and couldn't talk.
Adam stroked his skin.
Your skin is so rough. Like a rubbery alligator.
So hot.
That's the fucking hottest pillow talk I've ever heard, man.
I got the vapors.
And you guys.
Drew, put those hands where we can see them.
Your touch is very smooth on me.
They said naturally.
Adam moved back and slowly began removing his shirt. Godzilla took a deep breath and started hesitantly removing his jacket. Both pieces of clothing fell to the floor, and a smooth saxophone remix played gently as their fumbling first few steps towards intimacy were taken.
And then they fucked.
But we tastefully fade away.
Yeah, it's I really
What, are
wanted-
you uncomfortable with gay sex, Michael? Are you uncomfortable? Is that why you don't want to write about it? Are you a homophobe, Michael? Are you a homophobe? You're
No,
a homophobe.
Molly,
Oh
he's
my
literally
God,
I was gonna
Michael.
say,
He's literally doing
You imply
research
I
right
haven't.
now.
You imply I haven't written it already.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go further with it and everything, but I was like, I'm trying to make it feel like about a PG-13 rom-com, you know? So I'm like, I kept thinking, like, where do I cut off with this? You
Right,
know?
yeah.
You actually showed much more than the movie did. The movie,
Is it-
I mean, spoiler alert, did they fuck in the movie?
they presumably do,
It is implied.
but it's like
Okay.
far more oblique, and they do the like they're dancing or something, and then they fade to the next morning, and like she has his shirt on. They do that thing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Wait, is the movie PG?
PG-13.
It honestly feels like it's PG. I think it's only PG-13 because they show the like pop dance number of hers at the beginning, and they're all like scantily clad.
Remember my drawings, Misha? I showed you the drawings of what she was wearing for her church song.
Right. It's just weird that they would go to that extreme to get the it's the only thing that
Yeah.
would incur PG-13.
And I didn't know anything about either of their Apple iPhone 13 Pro 1 terabyte.
Well, what kind of movie was it then?
See,
I'm trying to
unwatchable.
write Adam. I'm trying to write Adam as if like just the very air around him kind of becomes a commercial for the newest and greatest things, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, sex for the fat kaiju shit.
I see, Molly. I thought you would be happy with that scene. I'm sad that I let you down. Oh well.
I want more fat kaiju dick.
Yeah. Like I say, I really struggled with it because I did want to like do a few more, go farther with it. But I was
Molly,
like,
I
Gay kaiju are represented in media.
Molly, this is a classic example of when a fan needs to take the matter into their own hands and make a fanfic of the media they're consuming.
Oh, dare I write fanfic of Michael's fanfic? Just write a short scene of them fucking.
Sam had the exact same idea in the chat. Molly, write an X-rated fanfic of this fanfic.
wavelength.
Can it please cross over with Golden Girls or Johnny Bravo? Please.
And or Beetlejuice.
I mean, his big kaiju dick is going to stretch across every
Blanche
universe.
would love that.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, so we're at the top of the hour. We're
it's
gonna
good.
raid Dastardly Danny in a second. I'm gonna get a quote.
My face froze. Oh.
Oh no.
I blame Tristan.
I
There you
think
go.
it froze when I was pointing at Sam. I probably didn't see it. Damn it.
Oh. Sorry. Now that's what I called a soul food. It's like they feel themselves taking a moving groove.
Yes!
We love to refer to it, Dan.
Amazing!
Love the moving groove.
All right. Remember that everything is going according to plan, and we'll see you next week.
Buy my stuffed animals. They're weird. Do it. Give me money. Do it. Bye. I love you. Bye.
give me money for art.
Give Molly money for art. Give me money for plushies. And anyone else need money?
Oh, and speaking of Molly's arts, Molly did an animation for one of the Ultimate Betrayal Sweet Revenge episodes that just got released on our YouTube channel, the Fanfiction
it's really
Theater
good.
Go watch it.
YouTube channel.
Go watch it right now and put it on repeat while you sleep.
Meanwhile, Pet Cemetery appears to be happening over there.
Yeah.
Sometimes dead is better.
I don't want to be buried. Did you know the Ramones did that song? In a pet
Yes.
cemetery. They actually, yeah, anyway, look it up.
I don't
Okay.
want to
To
live my life again.
Michael, are we
Yeah.
starting a band? All right, everyone leave. Me and Michael got a band to start. Everyone get out of here.
Okay.
If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned about a drummer, yes, we do.
We do. Mwah,
Good night.
mwah, mwah.